It seems I did frighten you.
Well, I didn't expect to see you.
No? You knew I found out about the baby.
I also knew that you trespassed in my home.
Ridge has told me your secret.
Told you what?
Come on, Morgan. Let's not have any more lies and no more gameplay. I know that you're carrying my son's child.
If she only knew the risks that she was taking. And for the sake of that worthless piece...
Bill?
Hello, Ridge.
What are you doing here?
Came to see your mother.
Yeah? Where is she?
You know it better than I would.
What does that mean?
Your mother's on a mission, Ridge. I mean, she didn't furnish the complete details, but it didn't take long to figure out whose butt she's trying to cover. Just like old times. Hey, Ridge?
Honey, I told you I invited Kimberly over for dinner.
I know. It's just kind of late.
Oh, yeah, it is. I guess we just lost track of time.
Yeah. Well, that always seems to happen to us.
Oh, man.
What was that?
That was the umbrella. I guess the wind blew it over.
Do you need my help?
No. You stay here. It's okay. I got it.
So how you doing?
I'm fine. I guess I don't need to ask how you're doing. You seem happy.
I am. But what I'd really like to know is how you're feeling.
Are you afraid to be alone with me?
No, of course not. Look, the last time we saw each other...
You mean when I trashed your office?
Yes, you were upset. You had just lost your sister. I know that you needed somebody to blame.
Is that how you see yourself, Brooke? As my scapegoat?
Well, how do you see me?
I am not ready to discuss that with you yet. Just send me the bill for the damages in your office.
No, that won't be necessary.
Oh, no, I insist. I don't want to owe you anything.
I like what you've done with your hair.
Do you?
Yes, it's very flattering.
Oh, well, it was Thorne's idea.
Oh, I'm glad to see that you two are spending time together. I know he was very worried about you.
You mean after what happened in your office?
I wasn't bringing that up again.
Okay, what is it you want to know?
Honestly, if you're getting help.
Help.
For your grief and your anger. Look, I know that your father isn't around right now. And you and Rick, well, I can understand why you wouldn't want to talk to Rick about this. But Kimberly, you are going to need somebody to help you get through this.
Is that what you're doing, Brooke? Finding someone to help you get through this? Oh, no, that's right. I forgot. You are perfectly happy.
I don't know what you're getting at, but I am not happy about Macy's death. And I am not happy about what this is doing to you. I know you see me as the villain here.
Oh, is that what you told my sister? Did you give her that same advice?
What?
Telling her to get help for her grief and her anger?
And her addiction, yes.
Oh. Well, you are like a one-woman referral service, aren't you, Brooke? I'm sure the psychiatrists are very grateful to you. They will never run out of any hurt or grieving people as long as you're around. I told you I am not ready to discuss this with you.
I was just trying to be understanding.
Understand this. I don't need your pity, and I don't want your advice. But if it will get you off my back, yes, I am talking to someone.
Is that true?
Yes. He is wonderful. He is the only thing that is getting me through this.
I need to find my mother, Bill. Do you know where she is or not?
Well, if I would have to hazard a guess, I would say that she's probably with your girlfriend.
Girlfriend?
You have really perfected it, haven't you? The look of righteous indignation. Very convincing. If I hadn't seen it so many times before.
Still don't know what you're talking about, do you, Bill?
True. It's just a hunch on my part. Your mother wouldn't admit to me that you were the reason why she called in such a panic. But that's the way it always is, isn't it, Ridge? You make the big mess, and your mother runs right behind you to clean it up.
Mother called you?
That's right. She needed me to do a favor.
What kind of favor?
Oh. Now, you're really going to play this innocent thing to the hilt, aren't you?
You know, Bill, I still don't have time for your games.
You know, it's funny. It seems like you have a lot of time these days on your hands. The kind of person you are, with a wife and 3 small children. And apparently, they don't hold your interest enough nowadays.
Did my mother give you the impression I was having some kind of affair?
Your mother? Admit that you did something wrong? No. No, when anything ever happens, it's because you've been seduced or victimized. Clearly, it's the lady who traps you. And thank God, your mother runs right after you to rescue you. And now so do I. And that's the ultimate irony, isn't it, Ridge? Your former father-in-law is helping you to deceive your wife. But let me tell you something. Before your mother called me, if I had an idea what this situation was...
And you still don't know, do you, Bill?
Why don't you enlighten me? Well, you must have done something. The woman's pregnant. You know, Ridge, it's at times like this that I think it's a blessing God took Caroline when he did. At least she'll never have to see what you've become.
We have to talk about this.
Stephanie, I don't want to talk to you.
Why not? You've got exactly what you wanted, haven't you? You're pregnant. Ridge is the father. I would think that you would be reveling in this moment. However, we have to deal with it. One way or the other.
Does Taylor know?
Not yet.
But Ridge wants to tell her.
He doesn't want to deal with any of this. He feels trapped. I must say, you set it up beautifully.
Is that what you think, that I made this whole thing up from the beginning? I didn't.
Why are you being so humble? Beautifully planned, beautifully executed. My hat's off to you, Morgan.
I didn't plan it.
This was all coincidence. You're returning to Los Angeles, getting a job at Forrester, ingratiating yourself into Ridge's life, his confidence, becoming best friends with his wife. We all played right into your hands, didn't we? The more I tried to warn them about you, the more protective they became of poor little Morgan.
You know you're wrong about me. There were no ulterior motives.
If you really believe that, Then I know you better than you know yourself. It's so foolish of Ridge, falling for that email trick. But then why would he be suspicious of someone who is so fragile and vulnerable?
Is that why you came back here? You make me feel terrible about myself?
No.
Then what is it, Stephanie? Why are you here?
I'm here to stop you.
This person that you're seeing, is he a professional counselor?
No, just a friend.
Anyone I know?
No. No, actually, I don't think you do.
But you feel that he's helping you?
Well, any progress I've made, it's because of him. He is the only one who understands.
Well, then tell me, how does your friend feel about you moving into Macy's house?
Well, at first he wasn't sure. He thought I was still trying to live in the past.
Is there any truth to that?
I need to be near her, Brooke.
Yes, but if you're going to isolate yourself from your family and your friends...
No, I have Thorne.
Not for long. Thorne is planning on moving in with me.
He said he would wait.
Yes. We both agreed to wait until the rumors die down. Besides, I haven't even told Bridget yet.
She doesn't know yet?
No.
Well, you're taking quite a risk, don't you think? A risk that someone else could possibly tell her, or she could find out things you don't want her to know.
I'm not hiding anything from my daughter.
Then why haven't you told her yet?
Because she hasn't been home. But she's coming home soon, and as soon as she does, I'm going to sit her down and explain everything to her.
Well, that is a lot for her to deal with, don't you think, Brooke?
I'm sure she's going to be okay with it. And as soon as she knows, there's going to be some changes made. So I hope that you will be prepared.
Well, I think I know what to expect from you by now, Brooke.
Now, what is that supposed to mean?
I tell you, that wind is really picking up. Everything okay in here?
You're here to stop me?
From making a terrible mistake. Look, you've come this far. You have Ridge, Taylor, me at your mercy. You're pregnant with his baby. You've gotten everything you want. But now what happens?
What was supposed to happen all those years ago?
Morgan, you cannot reconstruct the past. He's not some young stud rolling from one bed to another. He's a married man, happily married with 3 children. You'll be breaking up his family.
Well, that's not my intention here. I mean, as far as I am concerned, I don't care if Taylor never knows about it.
But you don't really think he'll go along with a lie like that, do you?
Well, if he's so worried that she won't forgive him, maybe he should. But he hasn't done anything wrong. All he was trying to do was help his friend.
Morgan, he slept with you. He had sex with you.
Well, Taylor, he thought that Taylor said that that was okay, and that's my fault. I'll explain it.
You really do want this to come between them, don't you? You can't have him, not this way. If you cost him his wife and his children, Morgan, he'll hate you. He'll hate you just like you've hated me all of these years. Are you prepared to handle that? You've loved him since you're 17. But trust me, if you do this, he'll never look at you with anything but disgust and loathing.
How can you say that? I will be the mother of his child.
You'll be the woman that ruined his life. Is that what you want? Is that what you want for this baby? Think about this, please. Think. What happens when this little child grows up and comes to understand that the only reason that you did this was for revenge?
No. No, I made this child to atone for my sins and your sins.
Do you think you can do that by hurting other people? What about Ridge and Taylor's children? They've never done anything to you. If you hurt his children, he will never forgive you. Morgan, it's not too late
Not too late.
to undo this mistake.
What are you suggesting that I do here?
There'll be other babies. There will be. Just not this one.
What are you asking me to do?
You know what I'm asking you to do.
No, I want to hear you say it. You say it.
Morgan, you have to have an abortion.
Everything is fine, but I'm gonna get going.
I'll walk you.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
And I know how eager Brooke is to have you all to herself. Oh, here. Thank you so much for letting me borrow your sweater.
Oh, no problem. You sure you're all right?
Yeah. And, listen, I really appreciate it tonight.
Oh, well, it was my pleasure. And here, don't forget this.
Aw, thank you so much, Thorne. This was so sweet of you.
Well, I'm just glad that you're feeling better.
You know, I think it would make Macy so happy to see us together.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the man that's going to save your hide, albeit reluctantly.
What are you talking about?
I did what your mother asked me to do. And after I left, I felt a little bad about it, so I decided to come back here and try to talk some sense into her. Unfortunately, she had left. Lucky for you, eh?
What was she going to do, Bill?
I suppose you tell me.
Suppose you stop talking in riddles.
She went to take care of your little problem, Ridge, and probably is doing it as we speak.
What do you have to do with this?
Where do you think she got the pills?
Pills? What pills?
The pills that are going to cause your friend to have a miscarriage.
An abortion? That's your solution? Now look who's trying to recreate the past.
Morgan, you can't bring a child into the world this way.
You know what? I will be the judge of that. I am not the same young, stupid teenager that I was that let you murder my child all those years ago.
You weren't ready to be a parent then. You couldn't even take care of yourself.
Yeah, well, I am now. And I am going to protect this baby from you and Ridge and everybody else. Don't you see? It's not a curse. This is a miracle. I mean, I have never felt such peace and joy in my whole life, and he's not even born yet. You and Ridge and Taylor were wrong that this baby couldn't take away all my pain, because he has.
But what about the pain that he's going to cause?
I can't help that.
Yes, you can.
Just let
Yes.
go of me. This is my miracle. You understand that? And no matter what you say, I am never going to let him go. Never.
And I guess we have to find another way to settle this.
You really mean that, Stephanie?
You give me no choice.
You have no idea how much it would mean to me if you could just accept this child.
Can I have a glass of water?
Yeah,
Actually, would you make me a cup of tea?
I'd love to. Why don't you sit down and I'll make it. Chamomile. I have herbal.
It doesn't matter.
Tea